So I'm on a bike. It's one of those, you know, free bikes that are in the town that you can rent, and they're really like, they feel like they're made of concrete. So super heavy. That in combination with my extreme lack of exercise and the heat that I'm not used to, which is lovely. It's actually lovely now. There's a little bit of a breeze, and it's raining just a little bit, but it's still warm, so it's actually lovely. A bit of cooling. So, but anyway, I'm very happy that I made it out of the city. I'm on a bike because I'm never gonna get fit unless I do something about it. So it's not gonna happen by itself. So this is great. Oh, you can see, I'll turn around like her. I don't know if you can see it, but you see the buildings of Burgas in the distance? It's clear light. I'm not sure if you see it in the camera. There, it's dark. Might get wet. We'll see. We'll get over it.
Back in Burgas, I did some cycling, some working, some crying, and some staring out the window. I also made the decision to not stay in Bulgaria, but to go back to the Netherlands for a while.
Yeah, look, and I'm fine with thinking like, oh, I'm going to come here, I'm going to move here, I'm going to get an apartment, I'm going to set up my business here, this is going to be my address, and that I still might do it, but I just don't feel ready to commit. Like I don't know. I like it here today. It's such a beautiful day, and this city, so you know, it just makes so much sense with the park and the beach and so close to the city center, and it's like huge chunk of the city is pedestrianized, and there's restaurants, like there's everything you need. But there's also not more than that, so it's not very exciting. It's a relaxed city, not an exciting city, so I'm sure you'll find people, like I haven't gone out in the evenings either, like I'm sure there's, you know, if you try your best you'll find people. I haven't really tried. I haven't really made an effort, but I just have the feeling that there's not a whole lot of like I call them, like I said it before, I call them loose people, you know, and I don't necessarily mean single people. It's not about whether you're single or not. You can be a couple, you can have kids, you know, it's just like maybe it has more to do with sort of free thinking type of people. I think it's very family oriented. I think if you're a family with kids or a pensioner, this is a perfect place. If you're in between that, maybe not so much. Good morning. Yep. So I've been here in Bulgaria now for, I would say, 20 days. And I changed my mind about moving here. Well, I didn't, it's not like, oh, I don't want to live in Bulgaria, but like for now, my plan was to come here to Burgas and, you know, set up, just get a small apartment, cheap apartment, set up my business and work from here. So that would provide me with an address, which of course I need, and a place to pay my taxes and everything. And I still, you know, I really enjoy the countryside. It's such a beautiful country, but just living in the city, in this city, it feels a little bit claustrophobic, in the sense that I don't feel this is a city where I would fit in. So I already had that feeling a little bit, but I was still pushing on with my idea because look, that's what you do. You have an idea, you want to follow it, but I just wasn't feeling it. I just didn't feel like this, like, oh, I love it here and I can see the beauty in it. Like when I'm in a train or climbing up a mountain and then my interaction with people are just so nicer, but here in the city I just don't really know. Like I just feel like looked at, stared at, like uncomfortable, and then because of that, like a thing happened where a guy recognized me from a restaurant in Plovdiv, and he saw me here in Burgas, so we ended up having a chat. And first I was like no, and then I was like, "Oh, come on, Janine, just stop being difficult. You can have a chat with someone." So I did have a chat, which was nice because I didn't speak to anyone. I didn't have a proper conversation with anyone live. Like I have phone calls with my friends and my sister, but I didn't speak to anyone live, and so it was just nice. But of course, well, not of course, but anyway, that led to this guy being like just texting me all the time. Are you gonna go for coffee? Are you gonna go for dinner? Next day again, oh, good morning. And so I just feel, and he was also like posting like all poetry and shit on his Facebook. I was like, no. Sort of the whole way that it went down, it was choking me. It just gave me a panic attack, and like, just like, oh, the first, like I've been in a relationship for 13 years, maybe even longer, I'm not sure. And then the first encounter is like, oh, straight away, like, and it just triggered a lot in me. Like I know I still have a lot of healing to do, like, but it just like so many emotions, just like so much anger and so many emotions just came out, and it just felt like, ugh, like sort of every negative thing that ever happened to me my whole life, a lot of my teenage years, it just all came back. And a lot because like I had no, like I just wanted to have a chat. I had no interest in this person, it was not my type at all. Like not a hope in hell ever. But like he seemed to not really care about whether I liked him. He was just like, oh yeah, okay, like just super pushy. And like I just thought like, oh my god, like this is the whole reason why more and more people, and especially more and more women, choose to be alone, because like it is just so disturbing that men think, oh look, I'm super interested in you, why does this not make you happy? But they forget that we also have a taste and a preference and a character and a personality and a plan and things to do and things that we want and things that we don't want. So, but it's just, and it took up a lot of space in my head. I had to think so much. I've been writing a lot as well, but nothing like that I want to post, because it's all just like to be given out and trying to find peace with, this whole situation, and just how to interact with men. Because I like meeting people, I like talking to people, but I don't want to, with every conversation that I have with someone who's not a woman, to have to defend myself and just like immediately, not even after like you're hanging out for a couple of days or even couple of weeks did you get to know each other. No, like just straight away, like zero. Like I also think it's so needy. Like it's so needy. Like it's just that alone like makes people, man or woman, it makes people run away as fast as you can. Like, and I think, you know what it made me think? It made me think that men seem to, they just come standard with a problem. You know, like they have a built-in problem that can only be solved by a woman. And that's something I don't like, because it's weak. It's just weak. Like I don't want to be anybody's solution. Find your own solution and then come hang out with me. You know? Sex is nice, but I'm not your problem solver. You know, you need to solve your own problem. You need to feel peace with whether you have sex or you don't. You know? But yeah, that's so super clear to me. Like, and that's the same is with long-term relationship, short-term relationship, anything. I don't want to be like, I'm not here to solve your problem. If you have a problem, if you like me for who I am, you know, and you're attractive, you find me attractive, then, you know, anything can happen. But like, if you have a problem because you need to stick your dick into someone, like, that's not my problem, it's yours, you know, and I'm not here to solve it. That's not my purpose in life, you know. If I have a love or a romance with someone, it's because, you know, I think you have a really amazing soul and hopefully a really good body, and that you're a beautiful person, and not because you have a problem that needs to be solved and you're so frustrated, and that's why you need me to solve that for you. Like, no. Okay, I'm gonna stop with my rant because I think that's enough. But so but just because this sort of disregard for my preference in the situation, or just that there was no subtlety or anything around that, I felt just vulnerable. Do you know the way like some men, if you tell them no, like they get angry or aggressive, or they don't take no for an answer and stuff like that. Now I'm not saying this guy was like that, because of course I don't know. Like I told him like it's all too much, and like I don't want any of this, I have no interest, and you know, please stop texting me. And he stopped texting me, so fair enough. But I do notice that I'm afraid to meet him on the street. I just felt a little bit vulnerable. Also because I told him my street, not the number, but the street, and I thought, oh my God, like, what have I done? Like, what if this is a person who will come to like looking for me or something like that? And I was like, oh, you know, and I felt fear, I felt vulnerable, and I think that's also because it's so small, because I stand out, because I do think like, yeah, like I already have this, even in Amsterdam, like people recognize me. I just have this face. I don't know, like I just don't look like other people. I guess there's few people who look like me, but yeah, I don't know, I just stand out. And so, but anyway, like, so that wasn't the trigger, but it did help me make the decision to say, you know what, no, I don't want to live in a city that is so small, and that, like, you know, there's not enough loose people. So once there is one, like, I can't have a normal conversation with a person, because like there's not enough like there's not enough women to go around. So like when there's one, it's like, well, the hunt is on, you know. No. So yeah, that's the reason. So anyway, that said, I now have all my stuff in Bulgaria, and I've decided the next solution that I come up with is, first of all, I'm going to get rid of half of my stuff, again, mostly clothes and shoes, and I need to go and find new boxes because of course these ones were messed up, and I need to pack and send them to the Netherlands. In the Netherlands I have more stuff in my sister's house, in my cousin's house, not a whole lot, like not from a whole house, you know, just a few things that are dear to me. So what I'm going to do now is find like just a storage, pay for storage, you know, just a box somewhere, and like the Netherlands will be the country where I have, that's where I'm from, that's where my family is, so most of my friends, so that's where I will be going most often. So then if I need something now and again, I can just go and get it, and maybe if the seasons change, I'd go and get my stuff there if I need winter clothes or something like that. Or a backpack or a suitcase, whatever, you know. So that's my story. Exciting times. Oh. And it's raining. It's but that's okay because this week I started working again as well. So it's okay. Not very exciting. But of course I'm not like 22-year-old like I'm a digital nomad, like I jump in a luxury pool in my string with a ton of friends. I know. I never thought it was going to be like that, you know, that's like those days are gone. I'm very happy I did my young party days when social media did not exist. I'm a bit calmer now. I like walks in nature and good wine. Alright, thank you so much for watching and listening, and yeah, I'm really curious on your way, especially for the women, of dealing with needy men. And also if there's people who have broken up after a long relationship, I'd love to know like how was it for you the first time, if it was your decision, if it wasn't your decision, and like how did you go, like how did you deal with that? Did it cost you a lot of time to heal, or did you go and run and find someone straight away, or did you feel like holding off a little bit more? And also, are there other women who are traveling alone, and what's that like? Do you encounter things like this? I'd love to know all those stories. And also, what does it feel like for you to change your mind? Like I changed my mind, but because I already said people, oh, this is what I'm gonna do. Look at me, I'm so awesome. And now I feel guilty. I feel not guilty. I feel a little bit ashamed. Like, oh, you know, she has all these big plans, and now she's running back to the Netherlands. No, I'm not. I'm just going to like be a proper nomad for a while until I figure out. And you know what? Maybe I'll just go, like this year. I just need to survive. I need, you know, like I have no one to. I'm old. Like I need to be responsible. You know, I need to make that money. It's scary. I don't feel grown up at all. Anyway, thanks a million for listening and watching, and yeah, awesome. Have a great day. Love you loads. Bye.